Singing is a tradition that reaches back further than written history. One of the first formal groups were monks. They did what's called Gregorian chant. This introduces one of the main goals of choir, which is to unify the voices or make all of the voices sound like one voice. Later on, composers and reformists wanted to formalize composition, so they emphasized that each syllable only needs to take up one note. One of the greatest developments in choral music is the madrigal. The madrigal embodies the spirit of the Renaissance. It was one of the main forms of entertainment at the time. The reason the madrigal is important is because it introduces the trend where text matches the music. For example, if the text is talking about something majestic, the dynamics might swell and become more resonant. But if the text is talking about dancing, the dynamics might go everywhere, like a dance. The madrigal is also important because it started to leave a purely spiritual platform and talk about other things. After the Renaissance, vocal music took a completely different turn. Operas and arias started replacing other forms of entertainment. An opera is similar to a musical, but there aren't any spoken lines. It's all sung. An aria is a solo that's usually within an opera. These totally transformed choral music. This is because operas forced dynamics to change because it was essential to match the dynamics to the story. This is similar to how I was talking about the madrigal matching the text to the sound. Certain sounds began to be attributed to certain emotions. For example, one sound might sound mournful or angry, while other sounds might convey joy, excitement, or be soothing. Can you imagine if Ode to Joy felt like the Jaws theme to our ears? An opera took topics far beyond religion. Operas and arias and other music during the time period made music more complex, embellished. This time period is sometimes referred to as the Baroque period. The Baroque period produced much of what we refer to as classical music. That said, some of the most widely known choral music are spirituals or hymns. Not all spirituals are Christian, but many of them do allude to Christianity. Some of my favorite spirituals are African spirituals or African American spirituals. Take Me to the Water and Shine on Me, both composed by Rollo Dilworth, are great examples of African American spirituals. Both of these songs refer to water. This is important because it shows that the experiences of a culture manifest in that culture's music. During a time period where slavery was very prevalent in the United States, African Americans would escape their masters through the water or through a river. Take Me to the Water has a line that goes, "Take me to the water, take me to the sea, take me to the river so that my spirit can be free." This very physical notion of the river leading to freedom translates into African American faith and worship. This became an allegory for spiritual freedom from sin and emotional pain. These types of parallels are very common in spiritual music. Other types of music include cantatas, ballads, madrigals, and arias. One thing that happens in music is that there's a lot of blending between genres. All of those music forms that I just listed could be spiritual or secular, and they approach a wide variety of topics. These include love, revenge, comedy, tragedy. I can't even begin to list all of them. The important thing to note here is that a song evokes an emotion, tells a story, and connects both the performers and the audience. This is still true in modern music. The 20th and the 21st centuries have produced some spectacular music. These range from songs that are modeled after classical music, to jazz, to arrangements of pop songs. To also some music that is truly unique to modern choir. There is such a wide variety of tools, mass information, and technology that choir is more available now than ever before. Conductors have tools like the International Phonetic Alphabet and modern instruments so that they can get their choir to sound exactly how they want, which creates some amazing music. Some choirs have even gone virtual, taking advantage of video editing technology. Some people think that choirs perform old music, but many great composers are still alive today. Modern music reflects modern problems. Jake Runestad is famous for addressing these modern problems. Some of his topics include suicide and discrimination. He wrote a song called Please Stay that addresses suicide and raises awareness for it. It is a truly emotionally evocative experience to listen and perform Please Stay. One famous composer is currently still in high school, and in fact is younger than me. His name is Ryan Jacobs. His song, When All Are Singing, is very technically difficult and was performed at a national level. It is a perfect example of a song unifying the audience and the performers. Choral music is an art, and as time progresses, it will continue to endure, adapt, and improve. Thank you.